As long as the players know, because there's a lot of controversy about not knowing which player is going to pick which hero until the last second and waiting until the last second so you can adjust your lanes. That can be.
Oh, you remember when like switching would happen?
Yeah, switching was great as well. Let's wait. Let's pause the game and switch for an extra 2 minutes until we decide who's going.
Oh, it's like so many levels of mind games that used to be in Dota that slowly get removed. For right reasons too, because they give an unfair advantage in a lot of ways. You know what it reminded me of? It's like when you watch StarCraft 2 and people would go random, and you wouldn't know. It's like, is it Protoss? Is it Zerg? Is it Terra? I just don't know.
Yeah, you can't adjust your build against that as well. But he must play really well on all those races, so there's an upside.
Well, Puppy's having some fun with Nortel. He doesn't actually see that Nortel had an observer ward, and Nortel's put down a rather defensive observer ward inside the Radiant jungle. Puppy's got 2 sentries on him, so he's hunting for that early vision. And we'll see if he's worked it out.
He did it very early on, so because of that, maybe he won't find it. And also, this gives a big advantage to Nortel, because he might see the Puppy ward planted, right? These 2 sentries might be, though, to block the camps if you are playing versus Enigma as well, right? So it could be helpful to block neutral camps.
Battle's starting.
Give me flashbacks now again to like when you had junglers. And it's like, what are we going to do? Like, we're going to put down 4 wards throughout the entire jungle, so there is no farm to claim. On board a kill, that'll be nice. Puppy gets the first CS of the game. I still want to see what he does with the sentry or the obs. Like, if he does it underneath.
He scouted though, so Nortel will have a good idea where this observer is.
Yeah, Nortel actually TP's out to the lane. But he TP'd out to the lane, but now the courier is doing a run with clarity, and it's going to come underneath that radiant ob, underneath that dire obs. So I don't think the courier. Oh, it just turned around. The very last moment. That had to be like probably even like a slight. I don't know if it's a miss micro or not. But either way.
He understood it. He understood it. Nortel saw Weaver going down because of that ward of his. So he understood that there is a chance of career kill.
Leon's got so many stacks on him. Same for Saksa. Nisha arrived to give a bit of a swashbuckle, but Zai's really trying to stay on top. There's 7 sticky napalms over on mid one. Nisha's got swashbuckle in 3 seconds time. Mid one at least is broken free. Zai, that ball caused a lot of problems, and now mid one. He actually spills the first ball on Zai. He was forcing the issue on top.
Do they switch up now because 2 supports are on the bottom lane? Or did the Absor finally claim his crown of a true position 3 in this team?
Hey, why not? Be flexible, right? Like, let's not send 2 cores jungle, but like, be flexible.
So what they're trying to do is they're trying to set up this lane Bat versus Monkey King, but it didn't work out very well for them right now. And he's going bottom with the Bat, but that might give an opportunity for Sumail to just TP back top if he wants to lane there instead.
How do you like this build on Tiny with the gloves of haste first, with Quelling Blade Fairy Fire?
Killed.
I've actually seen it a couple of times so far, and it's pretty sick. That bonus attack speed helps out quite a lot. I've seen the power treads plus the gloves of haste as well. It was nerfed a little bit, right? It went from 400 to 450. It was the most broken item when it had the cost of 400. Remember your carries with 3 gloves of haste coming to the lane.
I still think how that actually got to stack. But I suppose like you can have multiple items that increase your attack speed, but not your movement speed with boots. Got 2 hands and 2 feet. Why can't 2 work? Well, top lane Nisha, that's a hell of a lot of damage to try and deal with.
Oh, I feel
only a level 1 shock, and it already moves like, well, so it's about a third, maybe a little bit more of his health.
It's the attacks as well, right? It's the pure right click. 75 damage on a ranged hero. It's quite a lot. Bottom lane Zai, just doing Zai things with his Bat Rider creep skipping. Actually,
they almost got enough damage to kill Puppy. 200 HP with 140 damage. Eat the shock.
Radiant's top tower's under attack.
And the Beastmaster Hawk gets him all the information.
That's a lot of control for the Weaver as well. Shadow Shaman and the Beastmaster, he needs to be very careful in this game. If he is out of position or sentried up, he can die so easily to the Hex and Shackles.
Well, Nortel's having to just try and hide inside his own jungle. The Absol does not want to let this happen. The Observer Ward is getting through full duration, so it was never scouted out.
Nortel was trying to mess with Zai and his creep skipping a little bit, didn't really manage to do so. Zai now has a bottle as well ready. So this lane from this point onwards should be a little bit better for them. But it's always interesting to see how OG enable a hero that's usually considered weak in the lane, like Monkey versus Bat. That's not a good lane for Sumail, but they just enabled him so well.
Gonna be third highest net worth. It's not bad. Nisha, top. He's gonna swashbuckle over. Thought for a moment that Shaman was gonna commit the shackles. He burns, like, to get his combination out, he still burns over half of his mana pool. So he only wants to do it when it makes sense. Nortel, pull back in again. Sumail's gonna create a little extra space with a Boundless Strike, but that's 3 sticky napalm stacks up, and Zai's gonna close the distance. But is he gonna live? No, he's not. Sumail. There's just enough damage to at least get a rebuttal for it. But that's solo experience for a Monkey King.
I think that's really good for him, because now Nortel will TP back in, bring him all the region, all his items that he wants. So overall, it's a trade of position 5 for 3.
Nortel did lose his courier. That's a small part. I think Nortel's finally, yeah, he's finally had enough of this sentry ward. The 5-minute Marcus camps can spawn, but the bounty runes. Puppy is there to go for a steal. So actually, so is Thompson. So 2-2.
Thompson finishing off his power charge. He's actually had a pretty decent lane here. He shouldn't... It's a tiny. But bottom lane, Nortel.
Yep. Into the trees he goes. He's still shy of level 3. So no stuns to work with. Now he'll have it up and running. Now, but you say Thompson's had a good lane. I'm still looking at a Lycan who's level 6.5. And Necro Book is... like, it's done 5 minutes 35 into the game.
It's problematic because Lycan is farming the jungle at the same time. He comes back mid every now and then, farms a little bit, but most importantly, he farms everything here. Even the Ancients are easy to farm with Necro 1. That's why Necro 1 are so strong. You can pretty much clear the whole jungle on any hero with Necro 1. That's all you need, especially if you get these Thunder Hides.
Oh, now he's into ulti form. Dogman is up and running. Nortel's the primary target, the level 3 Enigma. Oh, and he even gets a courier. Sumail's courier with the remainder of the phase on it. And he pounces away and pounces away once again. Matumba's got that high movement speed and Zai's just on a land clearance. They don't catch up to him, so, oh, okay. Ishu into the Rolling Thunder, working with Poppy to find the kill.
They managed to find kills on 2 different sides. It does give a lot of space for Thompson that's farming mid, but you're super happy with this on Team Secret. The thing is though, Sumail just got his level 6 there. I don't think he had 3 dance killed. But the moment Nortel started, the moment Lycan started coming in, he uses that 3 dance because he just got that level 6 and gets away.
Whereas it would have been back-to-backs. And probably a lot more pressure onto that tier 1 tower. And OG so far, like yeah, that advantage on bottom lane definitely goes the way of Secret. It pushes more net worth their direction. As well as obviously the kill on top. But I'm looking at the top 4 net worths, and Lycan's the only one from Dire side who's really in that. OG is still getting a lot of farm across the map. Is coming at the expense of their supports, however. Obviously, Yabsor's been soaking up a lot from the mid, and as always, like, there's never truly that support on Secret that doesn't get farmed.
I'm interested as well in Misha and what his build is going to be like on Pango. Is it your normal Pango, or is it something a bit different? Because he's been given a lot of space. He's playing on the safe lane. And it's not really the hero that he usually plays a lot.
Thompson? See how Yabsor's control is going to go to work. He's just shy of level 6, so they don't have that from the Void Spirit and the toss down. Matumba's units just keep going forward and forward. And Thompson can tank through it, and you'll get back to the safety of the tier 1 tower.
He's very tanky. You need to invest a lot into taking him down. And also, look, he went for the power treads and got 1 extra Gloves of Haste as well. That's the standard thing that you do on Tiny right now.
Raw top, Puppy. And they burn him fast. Necro books level 1, and they already used the shackle beforehand.
They could probably pressure this tier 1 now. It's an option for them. They still have the Necros for an additional 30 seconds. So a push onto the tier 1 should come.
Now relieve some pressure on bottom lane.
I'm not sure. Lycan, he has Necro 2 ready. He has his ulti ready. This should be a dive bottom very soon.
Yep. Hey, Nortel's going to be the one. A little too far out. There goes Shapeshift. Lycan will clear the trees off, and Nortel will clear the trees off. And they just hide away. Quick TP out from Sumail.
Man, he tried.
He was looking with a quelling.
He tried, and also Sumail was a little bit unlucky there because he jumped exactly in the way of the bugs from Weaver, which gave vision on him.
Thompson? Side has 6. He's gonna lasso him underneath the tower. And Yapso, quick little step forward, Thompson with more tosses, but he's got no extra regeneration. Saving all of his money to try and complete the Hand of Midas.
Oh, damn, that's a Midas actually that he's building into. So it's not your casual Gloves of Haste, it's actually a Midas.
Yeah, so we've gotten the quick buy for now.
Alright, I have seen Thompson build it before as well. In one of the prior games that we've done on this tournament. I'm not sure on who, I think on Venge that he built it once. So he doesn't shy away from it.
That's some value. Kill Nisha's courier. TP straight out while Nisha remains Hex, but it means now the Shaman's not here to try and help contest the 10-minute bounty rune top. And Voicebeard is very much ready to go. He's putting the Remnant forward. And Sumail, okay. We're in a Wukong with a Roar. Mid 1 ensures that Xayah stays with him.
Nisha should be fine here. He has Swashbuckle. There is no Roar. He should be able to get out. Yep. They got only
Hand of
Xayah.
Midas is so expensive.
There's a reason why no one is buying this item right now. That's the expense, right? It's 1850.
Top.
1850.
Rolling Thunder through. Sumail's hanging around, but remember he's got no Wukong command. Thinking about jumping forward, but with Rolling Thunder and Yapsaw hanging around, he knows Nortel is dead and mid one's got no Roar. There is no save available.
That's the first Necro 3 used as well, and now afterwards he has the clarity. He can use Shapeshift very early on. It wasn't used for this fight. Mid lane.
Firefly up. Xayah right on top of Shadow Shaman. Saving the tome for his 6, and there's no reason he has to trigger that now.
They have a catapult as well. There's a Blightstone on Puppy.
Mid one. 2 hits. 2 hits. With some extra help from some friends.
It's just crazy. The amount of damage that Lycan has right now, there's a reason why every single team is banning it out. Even the creeps alone. How do you justify the Midas though? Okay, Tiny really is one of those heroes that desperately needs attack speed. And it looks like he won't be building into that normal play-making kind of a Tiny. He's going for SNY next, so no daggers, nothing like that. This is just your pure...
Is he trying to like man fight the push from Lycan, or just Lycan himself? Like it's and does that then just work with SMY Midas?
It can work. Like Tiny can be really hard to deal with when he gets all his items as a true position 1. But the problem is they are on a clock here. Secret is already taking map control.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Poppy, that's time lapse and distracting. Doesn't look like there's any kind of contest, like Secret are pushing the tier 1 tower in mid lane instead. They'd love to kill off Poppy, and yep, toss forward. The Shadow Shaman instantly into the Hex, follow with the Shackles. They have Avalanche available too to keep the stuns going. Not that Weaver had really a proper out from this.
Sumail is scouting them out in the back as well.
Oh, good, double balance. Connecting on Yapsar and Nisha, but there's no quick follow through. Tiny's a little slower to get to the fight.
Maybe on mid lane, Xayah was thinking about going for the mid one. Beastmaster.
Mid one's now going to go for the Roar. You've got Shackles, you've got Hex, you've got Mass Serpent Wards, which just have the damage combining with all the summons of mid one. Now pressure to the tier 1 tower. It's already pretty damn low.
And they can get this as well. He was so desperately trying to not use the wards there, but shackle him, but he wasn't in range, sadly. So he had to drop the wards to get the kill, which is still good for him, I think. It's worth it.
Yapso's coming out. jumps forward, goes after a Kuri, but then again, a quick little Hex. Nisha wants to help out. And the black hole, it catches Nisha, but no, the perfect remnant from Yapzor will get the cancel back and returns to Mel, barely standing on the edge of his own Wukong command, which separated the fight. But when Matumba's at the back lines, trying to kill off your shaman, now they'll lasso him out of the Wukong. She's got him caught right on the edge. Now he is, thanks to the remnant.
Unexpected.
Secret's control has arrived.
He's so quick. His reflexes are not human, man. Okay, it happens. He just uses that remnant instantly as the black hole goes off, and there wasn't even a chance for OG, for someone else to walk in it so Enigma doesn't get pulled. It's
going to get harder and harder too once Yapzor has Yule Scepter. If he's already being this great with the remnants, imagine what happens. And he just uses the remnants to steal the regeneration rune. And he keeps the charge as well thanks to Dissimulate. So he's going to go back up to full mana after all of that and deny the bottle charges and regen for Thompson.
And these small little plays mean so much. Just delaying Thompson's farm. One step at a time.
Well, level 3 Necro books are up for both sides now. Beastmaster and Lycan having them. I know you do have a hell of a amount of pushing power when you combine Necros as well as Mass Serpent Wards. Not to mention all the effects Tiny has, and when Nisha kills off a Necro book like that. Yeah, okay, well, luckily, trusty shovel salve gets him out of trouble.
It's on both sides though, right? On one side you have the Lycan with Necro Tree, on the other you have the Beast and the Shadow Shaman. You could actually say that OG have a better pushing lineup at the moment at least. They do it much faster. And Notail is adapting his item build. Usually when he plays this 5 Enigma, these 2 Sage's Masks do become a Necro 1 that helps him farm. But this time around he's just rushing the Blink instantly. Because if he gets Blink BKB, they don't really have a way of dealing with him. Lasso perhaps from the bat, but it's difficult.
I was actually just wondering if you go the BKB and get tossed forward by Thompson, but I guess Thompson's got his own positional problems to worry about.
Full medallion completed on Puppy, so he's not rushing the axe, he's getting one bonus item before that burst, which is pretty good when you combo it with Lycan as well. He almost he dies.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you got the damage output. Lycan howling up, he's trying to defend the bottom lane. The Necro unit scouting out for any kind of observer wards, so made one really trying to make sure that he owns the vision of this map. And he kind of wants Matumba to come a little bit further out so Shaman can go for his play.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Saxa doesn't have an Aether Lance, so these shackles might be a little bit harder. You need to start off with the Roar.
Yeah. Well, that's always the way to you, right? You go Hex into Shackle. At least play with some better vision. Smoke up from Yapzor as well as Nisha and Zai. So all 3 coming down the bottom lane, and no Necro books ready to be summoned up. There's mid 1, who's the one initiated on Hex's Mass Serpent Wards. He tries to axe cut his way free, but 1 turns to 2 deaths for OG. And the TP support coming in from Notail. Nisha's already looking for more. Breaks free of his Rolling Thunder. Brought Enigma down a long way. Matumba wants to help him out. Yapzor again with the Spirit cancelling off the black hole. You've still lost Nisha for that very heavy committal forward.
That was very greedy from him. His Rolling Thunder was about to wear off, and he goes straight onto the Enigma. And if Notail is alone there, he definitely doesn't use the black hole. But because he isn't, there's Tiny around, he helps out, and they trade the black hole for position 1, which is pretty good for OG. By the way, Matumba man, sitting around the tier 1 on the bottom lane, that's what made all this happen, because they know if they leave the Wolf around there for long enough, someone will try to come in and sneakily blow him up, like Roar plus Shadow Shaman, or maybe Tiny plus Beastmaster, and they read that so well. They didn't have any vision on them. They just read it well, sent the Wolves first, and then attacked. And that's an AC completed on Lycan as well.
Actually, just something interesting to think about too with like the Wolves. It's so difficult to play an Enigma when you have a Wolf hovering around you. 1, because they can see your position, but 2, he can put your Blink on cooldown.
Any heroes that need that Blink to initiate, let's say Axe, Enigma, they can suffer heavily against wolves.
Uses up the Absol. Doesn't get the perfect control, so Roar out from mid one. He does some decent damage in towards Zai. Poppy's the one that soaks up the Necro book damage.
Oh, mid
While in
lane.
mid, yeah, Nisha. Nisha's having a 2-on-3, the never-ending stuns of No Tail. He'll even to clip in towards Sumail. Matumba now in the shapeshift. They want to go for the quick little chase. In fact, Matumba's looking to run through Saxa and underneath the tower, but quickly bouncing away is Sumail. Matumba can't keep up with that, but they can force the tier 1 tower in mid.
Yeah, that's not a happy wolf. They did get 3 kills overall here, but this wolf form was used for a bigger target. He wants something more out of it, and he won't get
Can
anything.
Thompson
Maybe a tier
fight
1.
now? Like, does OG have some kind of strength? I suppose if Secret Force it, they'll feel a little bit better about things. Nisha, starting with a balance strike, mid one, summing up his Necrobooks. The Absol will create some space, but the Necrobooks soak up the remnants. Difficult to get that combination when the summons are there.
Now, this is a pretty big power spec for Thompson already. Yeah.
Got the avalanche toss onto the freshly time-lapsed Weaver. That's a nice catch, and they're going quickly for Roshan.
So he already has his level 15, that's plus 300 HP. Then he has S and Y for stats resistance, power stress plus Midas for attack speed. He's already in a small power spec in which he's able to fight. AC is the next big one. But this is a really good play from OG because Secret, if they want to fight this, they won't have a wolf form for it.
They also just use shackles on Roshan to try and control him, but they're taking so much damage. The Remnant, it's going to catch Enigma, keep him under control. The Raw, Nisha at least is locked in one position, but Zai just playing the hillside. But the Wukong's command kills him before he can really achieve anything more. Has done damage to Sumail and Thompson. Nisha continues to go on his own little rampage, looking towards Notel, looking for a quick little swashbuckle. Now back off cooldown, jumps in front of Thompson, and the battle's now split into multiple parts. Off towards the left, Lycan as well as Pango going after the big tiny, after Thompson. All that resistance, all that control still means a triple kill for Matumba. And Sumail is on the wrong side of the river, and Puppy was the one keeping him out of that fight.
Now they do have the wolf form, and they are about to take Rosh as well. And Zai, he's one of those players, he truly does die a lot in every single game, but his deaths also mean so much, because he forces the Tiny and the Monkey King to be completely out of that fight while everyone else in their team is dying. The Roar is used on the Rolling Thunder, but no one is killing that same Roar target. And Lycan, just with his Necros, is able to completely deal with the mana of Thompson, and he's kinda useless after that. He needs to run. Damn, that was sick. I loved how Zai also tried to pull them over the cliff and out of the Wukong's command, but he died a little bit too early there. Still a nice attempt.
OG aren't giving up at all. 9k is the advantage for Team Secret, 20-11. And everything does seem, every fight that happens seems to go the way of Team Secret. We get a Blink Dagger now over on the Beastmaster. Maybe that's something to work with. The Soul Cure is still taking a little bit longer for Thompson to achieve. We haven't really seen, like, we've got item progression from Sumail with the Echo Saber into Maelstrom, so that's...
It's solid at this point, yeah.
It's solid, but it's still nowhere near the 15,000 net worth Matumbaman, who's already finished the Assault Cuirass, who's actually gone in for the drums, Necro Book, and still has the Aegis Immortal.
All that utility that he's also bringing to his team. It's not like he's supposed to be buffing up anyone bot lane.
Puppy. Black Hole trying to catch Zai and pull him back over again, but the Remnant and the Rolling Thunder from Nietzsche catches everything else. And that's an Aghanim Scepter on the Pangolier. He's having the time of his life. And Matumba's ready to push bottom.
Yeah.
They're coming in.
He has AC, he has ulti, he has everything. There's no black hole.
Oh, look how fast Nisha just moves in. Keep the fight going. Shadow Shaman comes to front lines and he quickly loses half of his own life. Fortification will remove the dire creep wave and the summons.
Okay, so one thing that Team Secret don't really have is sustain, right? You don't really have these mechs or pipes or anything like that that will heal you up all the time. You can have some salves from the shovel.
When you got Aghanim Scepter, that's as close as you kind of get.
Thompson.
Hello. Thompson found his target. He found Zai. He'll sacrifice his own life, however, because Matumba's already there in shapeshift form with the entire army.
They're making these unfavorable trades all the time. There's a wolf form though, he's chasing.
Blink defensive for the Beastmaster, keeps him up.
They might catch him here.
Got Roar available. Lycan's gone in pretty deep. Hex has already gone out, and now, well, is there going to be the Beastmaster Roar? He wants to. Mid one actually saving it. Realize they don't need it to kill Matumba. They break the Aegis, the Immortals. They'll need that secondary control. Nisha into the Rolling Thunder. Looking to move forward. He's instantly focusing on the Shadow Shaman. Kills him off while inside the Wukong's command. Lycan is in a lot of trouble. He needs some extra help to come in here, and he's got it in droves. Matumba gets to live inside the ulti of Monkey King, and it feels like no matter what OG throw at Team Secret, they just can't get themselves the kill they're looking for.
That's just another wipe. He's baiting them in. He knows he has that Aegis. He moves back, and yeah, you might be saving that roar for the Lycan, but it doesn't matter because they don't have enough firepower to take him down. You can see Nisha, he's using this Tango so well in the backlines. He cleans up the supports, and then he moves towards the Monkey King. And because he's positioned so close to the walls, he's constantly bashing him. And you don't have your black hole. That's your biggest teamfight ability right now. And this should be a side at least.
It should actually be two. Zai was able to grab the bottom creep wave, so they've even got momentum down there as well. Quickle avalanche from Thompson trying to create some extra space. Can minus the Necros, that's one advantage.
And remember, that Aghanim's on Weaver is completed, so from this point onwards, just jumping on top of someone and blowing him up is going to be very difficult for OG.
Look how Matumba just uses Shapeshift to run down and kill Ancients. It's like, well, they're not going to fight us anytime soon. We're good.
They saw Thompson. They had the sentry, but he ran out of it. So.
Yep, so. On the hook. Mid1 put the axes up. He was going for the roar, but just couldn't connect in time.
That's one of the reasons why he went for the blink as well, right? No, not your, at least not right now, the most common item on the beast. Usually you just get Necros and a lot of utility, your Vlads, let's say. But he goes for blink because he understands how difficult it is to catch these heroes. The mobility
We're gonna try and battle
for
the 25. Hawk just sees a lot. Mid1's trying to hold back a little bit further. Smoke hasn't actually caught Shaman. Okay, yeah, they feel it. They know something's coming.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
I'm still wondering when like Thompson's just gonna completely surprise us all in a team fight. Like he's still the #1 net worth for OG. This has to be building to something.
The thing is, the only new item he bought recently is this Shadow Blade. And it allows him to get out on the map, but that's it. It doesn't contribute way too much to these next fights.
Because then you just... Necros are up, so you can't hide inside of Invis. Mid1's a little too far out. No way to hide here. And Nortel's actually on the run. He blinks in. He gets the Black Hole. He got Pango as well as the Voiceberg inside this one, but they've lost their Beastmaster inside Wukong. Maybe there's a fight, but no. Zai just pulls out the Monkey King, so there is no way to hold. 3 heroes down once again. And it's push time. There may even be end time.
Yeah, they're going down for the tier 3, for the Raxes at least. They have a tier 2 on the top lane, and Thompson is still creep skipping, so because of that they won't be able to get Megas. They can Throne though, that's also good. And that Black Hole was good, right? But it just doesn't matter, there's enough damage.
No follow-up.
Exactly, Tiny wasn't around. Beastmaster as well dies, because even if when you catch a Rolling Thunder, he's still rolling, right? And he's killing off Beastmaster in wild Black Hole.
Yeah. Oh my god, Secret in such a great position.
Abyssal completed now, Lycan.
Can they get him closer? No, they can't. Zai's got all the movement speed even without Firefly.
He actually opted not to go for that AC instantly. Instead, he's bought a crit because he understands he needs to fight early. He needs to fight right now, actually. And I'm not sure this Midas is paying off so far.
Dire is scanning for enemies.
Suppose if the game goes long enough, it'd be worth it. But yeah,
another 20 minutes, it will pay off.
It's still like you're still battling against the Lycan. Like this feels like it's such a hard road even from the start of the draft. The second the Lycan gets picked up, you're like, well, okay, we're playing a different timing. But you can see the concept. Like you've got Shadow Shaman, you've got Beastmaster. You're ready for that big push. You're ready to try and take out towers, to work with the Tiny and play a faster tempo game.
He's got a nice item now as well. Titan Sliver on Thompson, so he's going to be very difficult to take down this next game, this next fight. Has a lot of stats resistance.
And your crack is 22 as well before this fight begins. And he goes plus 16.
Radiant's
Some more
middle tower
strength,
is
yeah.
not feeling the love.
That's one very tanky Tiny.
He's very tanky, but there's also so much minus armor on the side of Secret. You have the AC, you have the medallion from Weaver. And he didn't buy that AC. Maybe if he buys the plate mill right now, he doesn't have buyback anyway, so maybe he should just do it instead of the Windlace. They're hunting him.
Bottom. Blink, lasso, Zai pulls him in, Yapsol keep the control going, they got Ponting dead as well, and they bring 4 heroes to ensure the Thompson is dead. 75 seconds on the sideline, then a pistol blade up on top.
Happened again.
Quick initiation from Matumba, and Samael gets deleted.
This is just ugly. This is hard to watch. There's
Smoke,
a smoke with Saksa.
He breaks the smoke. The minions move forward, and the Shadow Shaman cannot do anything about this apart from die. He's getting back to his tier 4 towers. Go Scepter. That's what you can do. But no, it doesn't work either. Matumba is beyond godlike.
You have Necro 3, the Ghost Scepter is never going to save you. That rotation towards bot lane to catch Thompson, that was so good. That was just a good play from them. They're playing out of vision, it's nighttime. And because of that, Thompson thinks, okay, I'm safe, I can farm up a little bit more, get my buyback. But they understand exactly what's needed. He's probably telling himself, dude, what nerds, you know, can't you just go push? Leave me alone.
Shaman will buy back. Samael gets a respawn. Still another 16 seconds and a pistol blade. Well, no tell. At least he's got the money. Back to the world of the living. 7 seconds till Thompson. No, they caught Monkey in the tree lines. Zai just bounces forward. They've got him entangled up and permanently controlled. Samael wants to be part of this with his Wukong's command, but now he's completely out of life. Thompson will finally arrive. But Samael is down. Buyback available from him. Nortel living on the edge of his own life. Just able to survive. But the black hole is there. Keeping Nitro under control. The flame break won't cancel that. So 2 heroes down from Team Secret. They've already got Megas, but the big hero is still up. It's Matumba. One to the next. He wants to try and go from Samael. Zai's there to help him out. They toss him back into the fountain. That's how you can kill him with a time lapse. Puppy's going to be there with the Weaver to ensure that Matumba has more lives than cats.
Not even the fountain
GG.
kill off. Yeah, there you go. If you can't kill him in the fountain, I think it's safe to call it, right? Just GG and go next, or go the next.
No next.
That is the next series for OG. Yeah.
That's it. That's actually the last series to be played for the group stage. No tiebreakers with it. That is going to push Team Secret to the #1 seeded position out of Group A. Enigma in second. That puts Viking GG in third, and OG sit fourth. That is the final positions of Group A.